Metal and rock festivals are coming at you. Not semi-tilt, not moderate tilt, not majority tilt, but full tilt. Full Tilt Festival in Brisbane, Saturday, 12th of June. Melbourne, Saturday, 3rd of July. Adelaide, Saturday, 17th of July. And Sydney, Saturday, 31st of July. Go to oztix.com.au. We'll get to the venues in a few minutes. The lineups are predominantly the same across all shows, some variations. One band that'll feature on all of them is Thy Art is Murder, and their guitarist Andy Marsh joins me now. Marshy, thank you for speaking to the faction.
Good morning.
It is great to see you again and great to hear from you again. You spoke to us earlier in the year about these shows, and the feeling was, if we can do it, stay tuned, to be confirmed. Has the excitement kicked in now?
Not quite. Still a couple of immigration loopholes to jump through that we're working on. That's actually what I'm working on today. So hopefully we'll get the good news like in the next couple of days or next week, and then it'll be full steam ahead.
Because you're an Aussie band, but you did reside in the US for a very long time. So when you say immigration challenges, is that what you're referring to? Is your crew based overseas?
1, 2, 3 Germans.
Yep.
1, 2, 3 Americans. A Brit, an Aussie.
Yep.
2 Aussies. I don't know. Normally there's about 10 crew. So the crew can't come. It's far too costly, far too many applications. But the drummer's from America, and usually I live in America, but COVID, I was instructed to return to Australia. So I've got to get him into the country. Application to the Border Force, application to the Department of Immigration, they're completely separated. One is work visa, one is this guy going to bring COVID in? How are we going to quarantine him? How are we going to do that? So, a lot of letters, a lot of talking to the festival, trying to get them to work with government. And hopefully, we'll get an answer shortly. And
I know you have a massive crew. How have they dealt with, and I'm going to use the word survived, because any band that I speak to have said that their crew has really struggled. How has your crew handled the last year and a half?
We've got a crew of about 9 or 10 people that work for us essentially full time, and some of them coming up on 10, 11 years now. So this is their job. Like, they don't have another job. We've all grown up together, spending our 20s. That's when people are going to uni, developing a career. They develop their career with us. I see it as our responsibility to look after them the best that we can. We still make merch money. We still get royalty income. So we've been passing as much of that, if not almost all of it, onto them for the past 12 months. Some have taken it better than others. For some of them, it's like performing. Like, working on these shows is their life, and without it, there's nothing else for them. But one of my guys, Twan, who won't mind me telling this story, he said, "Hey, Andy, can you put me on a flight to Mexico? Can you do that for me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." I sent him to Cozumel, Mexico, and he learned how to be a master diver in the last 12 months.
We all have to adapt.
And now he lives there teaching diving.
You must adapt.
Yeah. So talk about a come up for him. But, otherwise everyone seems to be doing the best that they can, much the same as we're doing, take it a day at a time, a month at a time. Try not to get too excited about good news, and see what happens.
Were you able to tour the Human Target album thoroughly before everything went to black, or is there some unfinished business there?
We were able to do one tour thoroughly. We did, we set up the album. We dropped the single 2 years ago, 2 days ago. So the title track, and we were doing a tour with architects across North America, kind of like, just getting it exciting, ready to go. Still working a lot on putting it all together. We did a tour with Cannibal Corpse in the States later that year after the record was out. But in terms of headlining, we did one tour plus one show. We did a full European tour, our biggest tour to date, like 2,000 cap rooms, pyro, LED walls, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then we went to America and we played the first show. And before the show started, I cancelled the rest of the tour.
What had you received that day that caused you to cancel it?
It was the most insane day that you can imagine. We've had a week off from Europe. We've all congregated back at the studio in New Jersey, which is where I normally am kind of based most of the year. And we're putting everything together, gear's coming in, merch is being freighted, bus arrives. We drive 2 hours down the road to Philly, and we get down there and the mayor of Philly issues a stay-at-home order effective at 5 p.m. And I was like, you know what? Like, he's not going to come around to every show shutting him down. So we'll do the show. And then I was on the phone pretty much the whole day and night to other promoters. They're like, we just got hit with shutdown orders. We got hit with shutdown orders. No one knew how crazy this was at the time. And I told everyone on the tour, because all the bands, like, I'm involved with them either through the label or management. I was like, hey guys, it looks like we're going to be packing up and going home tonight. And I was rebooking flights on stage on my cell phone in between songs. So we all left the next day. We drove 2 hours to Philly. We did the show. We drove 2 hours back to New Jersey, and then we went to JFK Airport, and everyone went home.
So yeah, to summarize, Thy Art have some seriously unfinished business from a release from, as you said, just over 2 years ago.
Big time. It's burning a hole in me.
So we'll go through those dates again. It's Saturday, 12th of June at Eaton's Hill Hotel in Brisbane. Saturday, 3rd of July, Coburg Velodrome in Melbourne. Saturday, 17th of July, Adelaide Showground. Saturday, 31st of July, Bella Vista Farm in Sydney. There are some lineup variations, but North Lane, Hands Like Houses, and others are playing at all shows, as are Thy Art Is Murder. Their guitarist, Andy, is my guest right now over Zoom. Andy, do you have a final message for your fans that are coming to all or any of those shows?
Oh, you know, I think before thanking them for coming to shows in the future or whatever, because some might not come, I just think a massive show of gratitude from myself and everyone in the band and the crew, that the support the last year, buying T-shirts, listening to our music online. They might think it's nothing. What am I? I'm just one fan doing this one thing. It's like, together, they've truly, like, you know, kept this band going, and a lot of other Australian bands. We can't thank them enough.
Thank you for your time on The Faction today, Marshy. Can't wait to see you in a few months.
Alrighty. See you then.